Oh well, nice day for a walk. I'm not quite sure if that's the case, but I'll take a wee wander up the hill, take a few videos, see how we get on. Just to explain, this walk takes you from Johnson Avenue in Kilmun up through a path and takes you onto the forestry road, which means you can go back towards Strone, down a hill, through Westfield Estate. You can always head back home, and if we just walk up here, there's a fork in the road. Yeah, if you go and carry on this way, straight ahead, that'll take you back towards Kilmun Church. And if you want, you can actually go up the hill a bit. There's another fork in the road, but they're doing some logging at the moment, so probably best staying away from there. This, on the other hand, takes you up towards Blairmore and Strone Golf course. And if you keep going, you can actually go up to the top of Strone Hill, which we will do at some point, and I'll probably make a video of it. But so it's a nice steep hill, which probably doesn't show up in the video that much, but I'll take some shots on the way up and when we go over the golf course. Just through those trees you can just see Westfield. Straight ahead, that's Hunter's Quay, the Western Ferries, and you should just be able to see Strone Pier. Well, this is me nearly at the top, probably about 3/4 of the way up, just looking back towards the Holy Loch. That's the dive boat. It's owned by the diving company now that does training. And looking over towards Sandbank and the holiday park, which was bought out last year, quite a lot of money, £200 million apparently, or maybe 100, we shall see. And I think there's a bit of sun trying to come out, but it's actually raining. So that's the Western Ferries, and a crossover to Gourock and up towards Glasgow and golf course. And just right of where the trees end, that's more or less the top as far as I'm going to go, and I'm going to head down to the golf course after that, just walk down and then come back. Well, seem to have picked up a couple of doggos. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Yes. Oh, there he is. Not my dog, although there's one that looks very much like Jessie somewhere. It's quite slippy. And oh there she is, the doggos. There's the black Labrador, and there must be a cockapoo. I think it's not. I think I've spoken to the woman before. It's quite like a cockapoo. Very nice dog though. Now this is me going through and down to the Blairmore and Strone Golf course. It's been quite a steep walk to get here. I'm out of breath. probably down to the fact that I smoked for nearly 40 years and stopped last June, so the weather's been really atrocious here, so I've not really got out as much as I would like since I stopped smoking, particularly from about September right through till Christmas time. So I actually forced myself out even though the weather's not particularly great. As you can see, the fourth green quite sodden. Now this is quite an interesting outlook because on a clear day, and I think I could probably show you in another video that I've done already, that takes you right up to Glasgow and you can virtually see Glasgow from here, but not today. And then back here you can actually look down towards Ailsa Craig, which you can't see today either, so it's an interesting contrast rather than showing you what it's like all the time in sunny weather, which is quite rare to be fair. Now this is the fourth tee and the third green at Blairmore and Strone Golf course. This is where Jessie sort of appeared and disappeared in the short video. I think it was actually further back, mind you. Maybe not, maybe it was here. I think it was here right enough. So that's where she came out of. There's a ditch that runs just in the front of the tee. So that's where she was. She likes to go in there and get mucky and mud. And not bad today. That takes you down towards the third tee and sort of over towards the left, over the trees on the left hand side. That would take you down to Ardentiny and probably Coalport, etc. So quite an interesting place down there. And you can see down towards the clubhouse, and that's the 9th green. So it's a 9-hole golf course, bit hilly, nice in the summertime when it's dry, can be a bit challenging in the winter time. Not that I do play golf in the winter time. So that's looking to the second green, like a wee postage stamp, not easy to get to. It's only a par 3 and that's the tee box there, and that's the first green. And I'll just wander along. As you can see, the sky is not particularly nice. I think I can see a boat. It must be one of the Western ferries. My eyesight's getting worse. You can hear probably the squelching underneath. That's pretty much the rain that's been falling for the last 3 months. I think it started probably the third week in September, and we had maybe 4 or 5 dry days between then and December. And then when it did stop raining, it froze for about a week. So it got really, really cold, which is nice, but then it kind of curtails you a wee bit as well, purely because the roads are icy, especially in a rural area that you don't get gritted roads, so it can be a wee bit dangerous. And here we go. So that's us looking down towards the 9th green, and you can see the flagpole hopefully, and just to the left of that you'll eventually see the clubhouse. I'm going to try and get down here without falling my backside. And again, I'm not sure whether this rain is coming through, but it's definitely getting heavier. That pole up there is the marker for the 9th fairway, so gives you something to aim at. You can drive this green actually. I've driven it a few times. This used to be also brilliant for sledging. When we get snow, don't get snow that often here, but when we do, when we were kids we used to come here and walk up to that pole and sledge down. Great fun. This is a good example of how much water comes down this golf course. We've cut this in the last couple of years. It never used to be open, but I don't think the plastic field drains are actually cutting it, so it's probably a good idea, but it's just running constantly. And there's the clubhouse. Now this is the back road. It's a private road, so it doesn't get maintained particularly well. It's a nice big potholes, so if you do bring your car up here, you've got to go easy. Looks nice though, even though it is raining still. I always think Argyle's a bit of a big puddle at times. I'm more of a summer person than a winter person. I think it's the amount of rain we get sometimes. You just can't really get out and do anything. Or if you do, you've just got to accept a soaking. Which isn't all bad all the time, but it's quite nice just to actually put on a pair of shorts and a t-shirt and go out for a walk, rather than having to dress up all the time. So right to the end of the road there's going to be the Selma house, and it looks like Count Dracula's residence, but I'll stop the video just now and then start recording again once I get a bit closer. It's quite amazing when you look at what your eyes see and what the GoPro sees. There we go. So the wee building just on the right hand side, that used to be a workshop for Blairmore and Strone Limited. That's where Harry Lees and Charlie King used to make a lot of the bespoke furniture for some of the projects that they did. It's all been knocked down, but there's a part of an old saw by the looks of things that's been left over, and that is Count Dracula's house. That's his summer home. I think he prefers Transylvania in the winter time, but he likes coming here in the summer. Quite nice. And there is part of a building which has been let go. It's a shame really, because it really should be renovated, because I mean it's a lovely looking building. And we'll have a wee look up. I actually remember when someone lived in here. It's been let go. Looks as if there's a bit of respite down Ayrshire way. I don't think they're getting the same amount of rain we're getting. When there's clouds coming over the Atlantic, they don't miss Dunoon for some reason. They like to stop off and drop some of their payload. So, and that is Selma. think I'm going to actually walk down through, go home through the road rather than the forestry road. Normally I would just go to the right here, and then that would take me through Westfield and then back onto the forestry road, so it's kind of a bit of a loop, but I've done that the last couple of days, so I'll probably do that another day. And that house, certainly the nice house, I don't know if you can see that, that used to be the old schoolhouse, but it's now a family home, and I actually met the chap that just bought it at the courthouse this morning when I was getting the paper, so he moved in here just before Christmas. So fair play. So this is the walk down, so it's not very far, probably only about half a mile to get home now. So I'll take some more video. So that's the bottom of the hill, and that's Strone Pier. And this is me heading home. Now this is Midge Lane. Which is nice and wet. Quite a nice wee place to live. Now that wee road on the right hand side, that takes you back up to the forestry road. So this is us pretty much at the end of the walk. You can see this Kilmun sign, so we're back at Kilmun, even though we're up the back of Kilmun, up towards Blairmore and Strone Golf course, along back through the private road behind Strone, and then down, and here we have the delights of Kilmun. Now you need to forgive me because this is only my second video that I've actually purposely shot. I'm going to try and tie it all together, see what it comes out with, and probably upload it anyway, just to get something up, and hopefully some of it might be interesting enough to have a wee look at least if you've come from this area and you haven't been around here for a while. It gives you an idea of what's going on, what it looks like now. So I'm going to sign off, but thanks if you watched it.